People treat story structure like there's one right answer. There isn't, there's multiple, and you need to know all of them before you can start breaking the rules. Let's start with the one that everybody remembers from school: setup, confrontation, resolution. Act 1 introduces the world and then breaks it. Act 2 is the character constantly trying to fix the situation over and over until they change. And Act 3 is the fix, for better or for worse. It's simple, it's flexible, and it's the default for plenty of reasons. It's also incredibly overused, so overused that most writers, when they're writing, don't even realize that they're using it. Most of the movies that you saw this year or last year, or the year before that, all run with this structure, and you may not have even noticed that they were doing it. Then we have the hero's journey: call to adventure, refusal, mentor, descent, transformation, and return. It was built originally for mythology, but it still shows up in most Hollywood films. And it works because it's this psychological thing, right? It's not just narrative. Change doesn't happen without dissent. And I mean, that's true not just in movies, that's true in life itself. The big risk with this one is treating the beats as mandatory stops and not just kind of a shape for the thing. Like, nobody needs a literal mentor character. It doesn't have to be that way. What they need is the function that the mentor character serves. I mean, a mentor can be a book, a memory, a stranger passing on the sidewalk. The beat is the function, essentially. Then we have Save the Cat. This is going to be a beat sheet with a page number attached at every turn. It's popular because it's precise. Opening image, catalyst, midpoint, dark night of the soul, finale. All mapped to specific pages in a specific order. It's the most mechanical of all the choices, and it's why it's probably a good choice when you're writing your first script. It's kind of like when you first go bowling as a kid and they put up the bumpers. The problem is if you use it and then use it again and never move past it. To me, at least, the beat sheet is it's like training wheels. You got to take them off at some point. If every one of your scripts hits the same exact beats on the same exact pages, then that's dependency. Non-linear. Start in the middle. Fuck it. Start at the end and move backwards. Non-linear is a structure that runs the timeline out of order on purpose. This one isn't really its own shape. It's more of a restructuring of any of the others that I mentioned. The key is you still kind of need a 3-act or hero's journey underneath the non-linear landscape. The big change for this one is the order in which the audience receives the information. That's a huge lever that most writers never, ever use because it's risky. If you do it wrong, it just feels confusing. But if you do it right, then the audience is an active participant in putting these puzzle pieces together and being a part of the story with the characters. Most writers only know one of these, the 3-act. And that's because it's the one that's taught at all the schools. And that's fine until you're telling a story that doesn't want to be a 3-act. If you only know one shape, then whatever story you're telling is going to have to fit into that one shape, even when it doesn't want to. And that's not good for anybody. Knowing more than one structure isn't about matching the story to that structure. Knowing more than one structure isn't about picking the fanciest one. It's about matching the shape to the story and not trying to make a story fit into a shape because it's the only one that you know. Here's a way to actively learn these without just knowing the names. Take a movie you've already seen like 10 times and map it against these different structures and see which one it is, because I promise you it is one of them. Notice which one that it fits, and then also notice where it deviates. See what they did there. The deviation from the plan is sometimes the most important and enthralling part of the story. But you can't get there until you know like the basic structure of everything. It's just common sense. Listen, none of this is about finding one specific structure and defending it to the end of the earth. It's about having enough options in your head so when you do approach a story, you know where to fit it and in which shape that it fits into and what the story needs, because they're not all made the same. When you know more about all the different types of structures, you feel more free when you're writing. I like breaking the rules.